Welcome to the post-game press conference. We are with the winning head coach of Barangay Ginebra San Miguel, Coach Tim Cone. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Things looking good for your team. Your bench players are confident. Now Tenorio and Japeth Aguilar catching with the conditioning of everyone else. Can you tell us what happened in this ball game, how you were able to blow out Meralco?
Well, I just thought it was a really great defensive effort tonight. We played great defense. I thought we did a really good job on the pick and roll. We weren't getting a lot of breakdowns. And because there were very few breakdowns, we were forcing a lot of tough shots and getting rebounds. And we were creating a lot of our offense off our defense. So I thought that was the best part for me. I just love seeing our team play defense like that. And they came out with a real intense defensive effort themselves. They were really up in our faces, and I thought that we did a good job of really holding our own. I think we went the first 6 minutes of the game with only 3 points. But luckily, our defense showed up enough that we stayed close, stayed in the game, and we got our offense worked out. We started playing a lot better, and we were able to stay in the game. I was telling the guys at halftime, if we had done that, and just said we gave up 16, 18 points in that first 6 minutes, because we weren't playing deep, and then we only scored 3, then maybe we get blown out ourselves. But we hung tough. We hung tough mentally, and played a lot better. Like seeing LA play well, especially in that first quarter. In the second quarter, excuse me. And in the second half, he was playing well, but I saw him touch his stomach a couple of times, and I saw him winch in his face, so I pulled him out of the game right away. I think his wounds get sore over a period of time, so again, that's something we have to really monitor. And I left Japeth out there the whole time, just so to get him in shape. I kept telling him, he kept wanting to come out. I'm like, no, you're staying in there, you're staying in there. You need to run up and down, run up and down. So we really don't have time to get in shape by working out because the games come so fast. So we really got to kind of play. Japeth has to kind of play himself into shape. And the same thing for LA. And the only way he's going to play himself into shape is if he plays the minutes. So even though we had a big margin, I wasn't taking Japeth out. That's unusual for me, but I saw it as a purpose for him to stay on the floor and keep working. Hopefully that'll make it better into our next game, which is Phoenix. And outside of Talkatex, they really look like the best team. So we know we have a battle coming up on Wednesday. So we have a couple days to prepare. We'll use those days hopefully wisely and get ready for them. They're going to be they're a complete team, well coached.
Coach, now we're welcoming our fellow media members on the Zoom call. First off, Mr. Bong Lazaro.
Hi, Coach. Excuse me. I'd just like to ask for a comment about Mark Aguilar playing on his 18th season.
Mark is, I tell you, I don't think I've been around a player that I've had so much joy in being around. Mark is just a joy to be around. He's always got a sunny disposition. He's always up. He never sulks. He never gets upset. He just has that kind of personality that his teammates love him. Doesn't demand anything. With his past history and who he is, he could really demand. But he doesn't. He's just a really, really good guy. So it's great to see him. It's great to have him on the team, number one. He has a real strong leadership presence on our team. And he can still fill it up. He's a little bit out of shape too. He needs to get his weight down a little bit, like Joe. But he can still fill it up. You can see it every time in practice. He's an unbelievable offensive player. But again, just having him around is just an awesome thing. We just really enjoy Mark being here, being part of the team, and leading the young guys. He does a lot of talking to Jarek and Arvin and Ken. He probably talks to them more than anybody else on the team.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Bong. Next up, we have Ms. Camille Naredo.
Hi, Coach. Coach, you were already talking about your rookies, so I wanted to ask for your thoughts on how they performed today, especially Arvin had 11 points on 4 of 8 shooting.
Yeah, Arvin has had talent. You know, I've been saying it since the day we drafted him. He is a talented kid, and he's versatile. He's not only got a great shot. You know, in FPU, he was more of a stretch 4, and he'd shoot occasional threes as a trailer. And we're trying to expand his game now. We're trying to get him to shoot threes from different angles, move without the ball. But you know, he's not just a shooter. He can put the ball on the floor. He can rebound. He had a nice block shot today. You know, he's very long, so he's really talented, and I think his game can really grow with the kind of style of play that we play in. I think he can be really an asset, and I can't imagine what he's going to be like a year or two from now. I mean, it's just his first couple of games. He hasn't had any practice, but he's still making an impact. And I thought Jared played really well in the last few minutes. He made a couple of nice passes, took it hard to the hoop. You know, he's a hard driving player. What I mean by that is that he does everything hard, whether it be defense or drive to the basket or set a screen or go for a rebound. Everything is hard for him. And we love having those kind of guys. That's going to make him a really good player. And, you know, we're going to try to throw Kit out there whenever we can, just because, you know, he needs to have a little bit of time. But right now he's still, you know, a deep backup to Scotty Stanley in LA, so he's not going to get a lot of time playing with those guys. But eventually, you know, he's learning from the best. He's learning from LA, he's learning from Stanley, he's learning from Scotty. I mean, how couldn't have better mentors than those three guys? So, he's in a really good situation for him in his career.
Coach, one final question. This Sunday will be Manila Clasico, Ginebra versus Tenorio. Originally, in the original schedule, I think the PBA was planning to retire PJ Simon's jersey back in March. Any words you can share with us about the career that PJ Simon has had?
Who was I talking to just recently? I just mentioned PJ. I just mentioned PJ to somebody we know, somebody again. But I said that of all the players, I was JoJo last year also, I was talking to JoJo. And we were talking about PJ. And I said, of all the players I had coached, he might have been the best pure scorer I've ever been around. Just, I mean, when he got on a roll, there was no stopping. I mean, he would have these incredible rolls where he would just dominate for like 5-6 minutes at a time, and he was amazing that way. And he was, you know, very, very quiet, unassuming guy, and another guy that everybody liked because he never caused a problem. He was always so quiet. And PJ's very dear to my heart, and that whole team in that 2014 was a special team, and PJ was a huge, huge part of that. It was fun to explore his game and his capabilities from a coaching standpoint. Really fun to explore his game. He had so many different skills. Pick and roll, in the post up, in the transition, pull up threes, pull up around the basket. His pull-ups were one-handed pull-ups were second to none. So he was awesome. He was awesome to be around. I'm sorry, I'm sure we will do it at one point though. They will celebrate him at retirement. He deserves it.
Coach Tim, we'll do this for the third straight game. If you have any greetings to your family, to the Barangay Ginebra fans, you can say it right now.
Well, again, you know, I mentioned Mark earlier. You know, in the locker room, Mark is always talking about the fans, talked about the fans before the game, reminding us of who we're playing for, even though they're not out there in the stands. You know, there's a certain pride that comes with being with Ginebra, knowing that you have those fans backing you. So even though they're not here, we absolutely, I know this sounds corny, but we absolutely know they are here in spirit. And like I said before, we're playing for them. And so anytime we win, you know, we dedicate that to the fans.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.